Amor titual amiro kwanyo kar me joli kaneno yup miloga nge mo chwiny i Wan Luo television ni wa otieno matin kit meneno duju kwa ngotak neno wiye madir ka waduchen wakili dong kipere tere duju ento kwa ngotak kiteno.
At least the one thing for now we can all agree on is the soap to use. He likes that it's big and lasts long. Anti-economy. I like that it keeps my skin smooth. Ate alina echovu. And the children like that. It smells amazing. Everyone is happy. Movit soap comes in 4 fantastic flavors. Movit family soap is truly soap for the whole family.
Movit. All day confidence.
Lofonye mai gulu city olego peripe kibolu nyoro me yupo rome kwan kifunye palutino kwan mamegi.
One kind of nyoro nero to school tipo lofonye te megi. Primero kita une jemi monge ken lofonye mi oyenyo me wepo no time.
District maguteno kabero makibiero ni chuo mpox marapore yekine wacho padiara Kongo ki Uganda kidong South Sudan ki Uganda guchako yupe matek milwenyi kom tuo man.
So the more is prone to having any epidemic from the people coming from South Sudan. That's where of late I think we had measles outbreak there.
Kaki West Nile kilego lutela metekwaro lugbara mengiyo tekwar mameki wek pekito tuero pamon.
This aspect of Aruba custom, this is a custom commonly known for denying women or the vulnerable access to legal aid services.
Amore matek Julie Donkan lohange mo chwiny kumbeti kore kanki Wan Luo television tin tia dek neno dwe ario medremia pa mwaka alibario piru angwene ania sande ya Akumu Julie titual kaneno yupman. Hikareman malofuenti ka yope mechako kwer nien mameki magikwere mwaka junior ndo abich medremia pani ngeno lego donjore me weko tit me fony pa obedo begini kan grip ching kachel wek fonye ki il malo rome dak beno wot mabe lofonye man guripe kachel kidul ma yonato man dul mago lofonye ma Uganda olu begin magati gulo siti gulego ni mono nyoro mior timti mapol magen gitime kino bere rotol tien ki gankwan bere kachak man lofonye gulo pelo nyoro kidang bene ngiyo pok palatien kwan kacheo dok chen pajo mere kichulu bene chente me kwan wek fonye wot mabe noribu ching tikino nyoro kachel kilo fonye megai kwan mabat magati gulo siti a George pa Wan Luo television ni David Magere obokele Lokman Kombeti.
Lotela palofonye ite dulgime Gulu City Teachers Association ki Uganda National Teachers Union Gulu City Chapter ki kok kornilu nyoro polkare gi wako teach me fonye board gen keken George Omony mati won kompa dul mador lotela wi chukul mapapari primary nyo Gulu Head Teachers Association kono tie ki pa ni lunyodo me ko malo go dwako wako mirgi ping ilok metielo ko fonye
Lok min nel para nyori lok me fonye one in northern tung kumare me Uganda wadak fuchian mada kai por ki jo matung kampala gi masaka gi mukongi one kind of neuronal to school tipo lofonye te megi primero kita une jemi monge ken lofonye mi oyenyo me wepo no time eto ene wate oje peki meno chukul tipo palo nyuro malo nyuro yemi rotin gimonge ken me school wigi primero wana mi waje beni wan chado lofonye wang mapol wan teacher lo teach en lo nyuro teacher lo wegi teach anuni makiana yemi ruchu matek ka wala teach uti mano chunye ngo teach chunye pie dok chunye yong
Betty Abe mati won kompa Uganda National Teachers Union nyo UNATO ijaeme Gulu City kono waini joma pol futam gi nok totwal e konyo ko lufonye e karmano lufonye tika tute me ilufonye malo.
And as the day says, we have a theme. Every year there is a theme for the celebration, which is saying valuing teachers' voices towards a new social contract for education. So that is where we are going to base on. As teachers, we have always been expecting to be listened to. There's so many issues that we raised as teachers that sometimes we feel is not being listened to. So as a society, as the community, we call for support for the teachers so that they also feel and they get motivated to do their work, because their work is really a voluntary one. And if you don't motivate them, it will not be really nice, and teachers will be demoralized. So I call upon the stakeholders, everybody, to mobilize so that teachers are respected.
Ino la fonyo mon kono ma ie wang no adadani ba dokti la fonyi Holy Rosare kono beno chia ko dano ma pol me berke ware kom lu fonye kon wali ni juma poli kom karman gi ngaw lu fonye dok lu fonye ge nana ge chalo juma kon gi pe tutwal
ja wali ki lu ne ki community ne kai no an ma chalo mon a me a porte yo kai mi reporting pe wali lu fonye no lu fonye no me ma da wacha no mon uporte yo la funya mon an kana yatiga timotich pe generalize ni lu fonye eni ni chuya ro chunyo kabisa je ma wele yo pian ki yero wando iken pe ku ni wano cha je ma wele tiri timo ki kubi ko wano fonye airtime karta ni airtime ko fonye me mi adi mi ambich amma mo wi ti flat ma no patra perna ni we la fonye kejo pian ki ngeni sala ni ngo nako ana neno ni gien lo nyore yero wa wando fonye wa berma be lo nyore yero wa wando fonye wa berma no be ka wono ologien supporting chul no ma tem mano gitikere lo la ke wan la ron offering ci chawo mo ta ki la fonye
ino kono kwe palo fonye pe mwakamani Gulu City biti meki Vanguard Primary School mati Vanguard Ward la rope de division kon wi ponyo lu bar mi kwe me mwakaman tieni neno ni douan lu fonye pere tek doko winye pe dans leur me fonye nyoni valuing teachers voice towards a new social contract for education. Lok angeya i Wan Luo TV David Magere i Gulu City.
Kimiyungit matut man fonye kumnyuaro tuero palwak yo mamono luone mono human killing domestic trafficking mano kimago dan ke gwo geni yo machek pe yinya kwal gi ben welo mukene kimiye fonye man bot abili kilotela makiti yo Moro district office pa bili manan la komyup makil man kilungo geni coordination office for prevention of trafficking in persons mati kampala go yo fonye man pelwak man lutela kedonga bili makiti yo Moro district Jonesani yo jaga John Oberutie fonyeman kongwanen report eni matut.
Lok menyuaro twero padano ilobu Uganda ke lo maworo tutwale bora nyoli me lobu Uganda tila mal mano wero joma gineno chik gu iluwangi malo mikati kadongo duru fonye luak ngeyo ngoma umiyor gen gitim polina yot uchen la kanchila beach piluak makwoki ngolo yo Moro district oteroni fonye man pire tek bod luak duchu ngeyo chik
Letiana wa kumbeti bolle imarji wena kado ngini kero chwinyi ni pe kwa kuchwe igam jimi weng menono ene ye ya gyotene ino pero chifonyele eno yabawa machalo ano piara kana mabena tika nerne ni piano chwane anani angi kage wachishal trafficking noki kwanyo Latini money gitaro kakamoke kwala kara jimi mogo makitika timonene weng dong tika walk under self trafficking
Karibet kumeno Emmanuel Okot dijime Omoro district oniao lutela ni mano beru tijgi me konyo luak ma itendero gwako twero gi pien lok me nywaro luak tila mal ikumalo me lobo Uganda.
Let us not look very far away for those ones who are going to Arab countries, maybe to be domestic work and ABCD. Let us think about here, because they will also come here, and in most cases when they are coming, you may not know. And what do? Our LC ones and all the issues, people from the village there, they need to be very, very, very keen. And when such a thing is happening, they must make sure the DPC is in the know, myself, the issue, so that we see the best way we can have our people. Because we have failed, we failed to do our part, to work very hard. And we think maybe when you go to Saudi Arabia or to those countries, you will get heaven on earth. It is nothing. You actually, instead of getting heaven there, you are likely to go and get hell.
Kadong, Commissioner me Police, Trino Muzuni, Julius Ladid Maneno, lok me Human Trafficking, ite Ministry me Internal Affairs, oterne lok me nyuaro dano tie dit Uganda, mamiro ya puwang.
Human trafficking does not discriminate whether you are poor, whether you are rich, whether you are old, whether you are young. We are all potential victims, and sometimes we are suspects in one way or another when we don't know. So today we are looking at issues of human trafficking in Omoro. Tomorrow we shall be looking at what causes human trafficking in Omoro. Of course, I've been told that the whole of this year, 2024, only one case has been reported. But to me, it's not true. Especially in an area which has some cultural beliefs. I don't think we don't have cases of forced marriage or child marriage in this area. There must be cases which are unreported.
Funyamano bero me miu tich ki ogwok kuch ka chel kilutela me yap wangi ilok me jokawon kinywaru twero paluak iyo mapat pi Wan Luo TV Johnny Sani ochaka chon Omoro district.
Kitioko chuny Lukristo ki Lukristayo magiti Arua tirano jomagilego St. Emmanuel's Chapel mati Arua district me mako doktij paroba kibene mako tij makamento miyo melweni komchan weke lokwo panywali Uganda lok mono katika remi joko limenen kikero kono kaberu makiluoni mono Arua dogo tabanako kama kigwoko ye komuniyo wek dong oloko dok kaberu me gwok me makimi ye komuniyo man chapel mano babero ite logiri Catholic Parish Matia Arua District. Kwajmano karkpon ngamna kubu kintiti yupma Operation World Creation ya Arua District mani Major Emmanuel Adrua ki i Arua kuno la George pa Wan Luo Television Emmanuel Ojok ayo berutie ifonyeman kongwanen report matut committee i yupma mewa milorange mochwin.
Jokristo mi St. Emmanuel's Chapel Agoi Abira manwangiri ilogiri sub-county Arua district utie kanisayo sente maromo silingi milion na bungwen pinigero kuruka bedu ma padri bechungi iye kaitie kanitelo wilega majuluongu tabanako. Sente eni ni apolne ubechi ai kudi bang Jokristo eni mandano mabekchwako lempadini itenge mirajog ma jubechi ketu kubankare. Eni kayutie sente makanon wangiri umako jowel kodo bongo ma padri bekendu manjam lega matungtung mabemetiri itabanako Asia. Francis Agupio motie karani miyub mirajog eni washonia gechakudong kanitiu ikum kabedu mitabanako eni I kelezi amigi.
So our main purpose of gathering here is to have some brief tea party which we are aiming at constructing our tabernacle, which is already going on, and we as the church members, we are unable to raise the fund alone. That's why we are trying to have this simple tea party.
Kawoni sente maudaro ninwangire kado miliona bish kitema jawikom pi yub eni uweshukudu ikinde ma Wan Luo uweshukude.
We intend to raise some
1,002,000 shillings to finish the whole issue. But what we have so far raised is less than that. It's around 5 million. So we have organized this so that our neighbors and friends come around, give us the top-up, so that we are able to establish.
Yovan Obati Mutieja Kristo achiel wachnia kajudaro kani yubo kabedune umako jumed keru mi kelezia eni kara ubed Eucharistic Center maju Kristo chopo kanishako kanimako komunio ni iye.
Asile teorele amama egata diari kanisa dia me celebrate jiri angoni tezo warersi aleni Eucharistus bamamu ndam vere toko ale komunio movo me cele dia Christiani didi azidi opodeibo amale kubudi obaimu na dia nia service machane rekuben dia sile angiri amanu kumudi bazu dia so amadichane ko me judidi anja mavu angele luna su todi.
Coordinator nyoke jadid pa yubmi Operation Wealth Creation Arua District Major Emmanuel Andrua mutie kanishwako kor Jukristo eni ukwaya Jukristo nebende ni neno niya jijalo yikpa government matungtung mashalo Operation Wealth Creation emioga web YLP man PDM karagi luiny ikom chan mikin pashu. Major Andrua Uwashonia government odaro ni miyo ni Arua District tractor man bende niya kangati umeto katiu ku tractor enoge ishopo kanisholo shol moko manok.
Arua District has been given two different types of tractors. One is the handheld tractor, which each of the 4 sub-counties got. Then the second one is one big tractor, which is what the government has given.
Wan Luo Television Anujoke Emmanuel ni ai kudilo giri sub-county ya Arua District.
Tiete kwa anwapon wapat madante kwene Afrika nyolo badelchon waperwate kitme gwako tuer padanto lekine mon lutino kidong lutina nyira ikin yo mukene ikinte kwa armachal kiman benetie yepa kagama kiliwani mono lubara magiti West Nile kama wego jomagana lokom chiek kidong tuer padan ko wendi pira tekniki ngi kong lok man mabedo chwale weke gwak tuer pa mon kinje mukene iloke bot Wan Luo Television Rehema Minala ngat matiyo badul mefida ya Arua office so wani mon titim te kwar mokene machwako ko mon ni merginong ko karki time awon me ornyo tim ger me pajo mperwate kit me ko kar man kilogam gacha dago modoro tim ger kome kelo ayue nyobene wega chiana bedi komen Minala wani mon tim te kwar makit man pe be chek ben pe ye doctor to arpa mon yo mapol tutwal watiki report kibot Robert Ariaka enti Arua. La bilida mandong miti konkingi jami weng mai te kwaro tuale magituru tuara mon kilutino wek bene kineni kilubu penche kimilubu Uganda. Te kwaro me lugbara te kitiek mamegi piru wa beach ma aruba ti namba piru wa ngwen manel ni mono en wen me kongi ngi iye wek kinen kit me konyo komon. Malupe kilok pa Minala mon mapol beti kikar medon e pachima meki benedok odigi kiluor ni mono nongongol matini wakite kwaro minyo kono luor gi fut matek mot mon eno wani mono la bole kom kogo me mako monda teriyo me bor kidong kipiera keneno wa gin mamiero lo dira yegunyam ento kon gin maket man peke chwalo o ineno lo kom nongongol mati kibod gamente milobo man.
And as FIDA Uganda, we are champions of human rights, especially rights of women, where we advocate for inclusive, accessible legal aid services at all levels. This aspect of Aruba custom, this is a custom commonly known for denying women or the vulnerable access to legal aid services because they believe that every issue should be settled at a home level or maybe in the cultural institution level. So in this case, a woman is denied the right to access legal aid services. For that example, I would give the right to go to police and the right to go to court or the right to come to FIDA. Because they believe if a woman does so, a child would, one of the children or the children the woman has with that very man would end up falling ill. And for that to be cleansed, a woman would be requested, not even requested, it's an order, would be ordered to pay either a cow, but most commonly they pay a fine of a goat. This has been a very huge hindrance to access to justice for our women.
Mon mapol te kwaro me lugbara bene pegi tiki tuer me ngom dok pol ngom ka cheki nyomo mon nyo bene peki nyomo pol kare tiero bot awobi mano me ukidong neri magi wani mono man peti yo mati pieni mono mon tiki tuer maromo roma kicho pien gen duju tie dana. Prime Minister Mike kwaro lugbara wani mono ng'iyo ichek mano miero time tutwale kom jim makel wawon dok bene toro tuero pamon.
As the people, at times it is demanded by the society that something must happen like this. People run quickly and say these are bad cultural practices. They may not be cultural. This could be traditional. Some are just mere myths. Something somebody imposes and says, once you do this, this will happen. And when you follow at times it doesn't happen. Here we have a very terrible issue. They call it traditionally aruba. That is when somebody, a lady takes the spouse to court, the formal courts. This lady is said to have broken, I don't know how many thousands of laws.
Lokman weo katika choke mnenario makiluni mono strategic initiative for women in the Horn of Africa man Siha network egu yubuka fo yubu choke man malo chat magiti Kampala kiarua gobertika chel kaneno jima nyamu komgin kibene mako komgin da umir kinyam iye ika choke mauti mei hotel lele confidential mati Arua district. Pelo wange mochwiny e Wan Luo television Robert Ariaka. Kawawero Arua wachiaro ye kabiro mapol matia chuli luoro tieni mono tuo makilwani mono monkeypox nyo mpox romo donye kindan mapol ni yake wacho kinlo Uganda kidong South Sudan kachel ki DR Congo tuo maket man donen wankicheli ya Moro district mani ya Lego kama magela chomo tabita rio mokarangech lo dir mayot Congo wane pia teknike mi fonya bolwa kaben kenene kitiyo matek me jogo tuo mon waponya kindano wego dulma yosedo katika nene ke konyo menonglu tija bor mabo konyo matek twal miyo ngeti kom dano magiti menene ke miyo ngeti kom tuo mpox wekpo magdano kene yupman kono bubero matek twal wake gwak dano makin pachi eni kom tuo eni mabero we tuo gwinyo entorat loy wa gwinyo ni kachoch pa Wan Luo television Ismail Jacob Jones take a report man pe in yupo mewa milorange mojin
Luoro tie matek tutani kache nen gamente peo jiyo ko lutich me yot kom magitie wang cho iken lobo Uganda ki lobo South Sudan kidong lobo DR Congo chiwel dana magin kitigi tuo me empa binya matek tutan iye Lego matia Moro district kom karni lutich me yot kom tiegena bor kiken magin kitika temo ngiyo dana makar aliba dek kolo magi aki lobo kupeny me Sudan me donye lobo Uganda Neno kinenom.
Creating awareness among the public, and I think that's going to be one of the roles we discuss later on. However, that said, there's not been a lot of effort as far as community engagement is concerned. Now, I've told you the pillars: risk communication and community engagement. What does community engagement look like to us? It literally means that we are working through our foot soldiers, whether that be the VHTs or the LC1s or the different community structures to ensure that we are having a conversation with the communities around the mpox response. How does it look like? What is it all about? What are the signs and symptoms? How can it be prevented?
Report makikati kwerin ne piara dek medwe mabongwen imwagaman nyurni tuo mpox piara ngwen wi achel kimoro ilobo Uganda ka dana pa wi ber kom kan gitika no yat kadano piara rio wi ngwen ikenge dongo tiago changwagom Nelson Onegalit la diet achel Matthew Bodun me you said yupa mege me Uganda Health Activity otero neno ma mege yunge wat magen gitimo gichero iwang cho me lobo Uganda.
For two reasons, they are hosting our brothers and sisters from South Sudan, and you know that the health system in South Sudan is not all the best. So the more is prone to having any epidemic from the people coming from South Sudan. That's where I think we had measles outbreak there and other epidemics. But also because it's a border district, there are a lot of porous border. People come in and move. I went there last week and I found how people are doing businesses through the porous borders.
En owajoni kit magingiyo kede, Jimmy Mapol tima mira tima, tutwale, lok mamako lokum dano, magitie tung iwangcho kin lobo Uganda, kin lobo mountain ekwedem.
It's an epidemic. This is the center that should be able to command the districts, to reactivate the district task force, and ensure that we're able to contain any epidemic within the region. But now, how do we send information to the public? Is through the media, and that's why you're a key partner in this. And you need not to impress yourself, you need to become health workers. By knowing some of the cardinal signs of some epidemics that come, you get to that. Just the cardinal signs, you're already health workers. So if they say mpox, what are the main signs and symptoms? Okay?
Kitung Chel, Dr. Kenneth Chana, magchika tich pitutun machalo DHO Megulu District, Utero, Ngoma District Man, Chek Katimune, Malope Kiporpa to mpox.
Kayope, Chalo District, Bino Kamo, Makachagua, Case Marche, Bino confirm, Tino Wako, and what take a Yoba, Marche, Chalo isolation.
Dr. Chana, Machalo District, Dongino Danangwen, Mano Biaktien Gitiki to mpox, and on Arachel Kin Gimakipimo, Kinoni take it to Guaragudam, to mpox Mapor Ilobo Diara Congo, take a me of Warma Tertran, Kilobo Uganda, Ikin Lobo Mokenemi Willobom. Ismail Jacob Jones, the Wan Luo Television, Igulu City.
Himwaga duju radio madam magitipa Vision Group mani kinetia Rua One Radio Rubin Etop Radio West kidong radio mungkin mapat mwati kwedegi miyo konong yup mabe bolwak medwaka foit pi winyo radio himwaga mani yup tika time chabieti niyo chake malieti ting baraja radio makiloni ya Rua One machi ya Rua District Tidong City yup megari moshi mayup machilo chake kichuk o drama chako matikin wacho mu Uganda kachel kidiara Congo ya Rua City. Yo mano pongwe wako chake choni odio ke luchat wil kiben lo wil mapol kachel nda ko berben ke yo megalo ngapola tam yo mago chulu pe yo man migari moshi ya Rua One magamanti ye MTN Uganda Pepsi Chopper General Enterprise kedino yo margarine Prestige ikin moken mapola tam na George pa Wan Luo TV Robert Adiga manene wa lokmo kati iyub migari moshi mankwero winyo radio Arua 1 FM.
Nindo Mirachel pa yob mimitero yeke migari mosi mabedu kubang oro ma Vision Group karashelo kuda Rua One yobore maobedi shinkasa shell upongo dhano mitugo dengo kudi wang mopaka mirodua mashako isiti mamirarua madhano ma opong yob neutie dano magi ai kudi tenge mikongo man dhano mitenge mi Uganda magi yiu pi chungu nishako sawa abish mikuwiko gweno shelo tieno majomo kende gibedu gani mitu ni aya umakungo otum Lem galawang madupa obedutie ni ai kudi ibang jukien pasho juro wer man kujuru tishpa radio Arua One famam. Pin maleo bedo tie majomiko ni dhano ni ai kudibang kampu ni matong-tong mashalo Arua One Farmer Radio o makta yot mashalo MTN Uganda chapa General Enterprises manko company mayobo giramadha Pepsi dul mautie kama kota yot Radio Arua One iyub mamigi mawangini chingid utie yom pipong padano magitie kanipong Fanny Patrick maneno lembe mi promotion kodi i Radio Arua One Farmer o foyo makwe juro tela mirodua mashako karashelo kudo win radio mi kaberine magishido iwende male ni miko chwak mira Arua One Farmer man nitingu Arua One Farmer chalo radio mamigi mamirashel magi winjo sawa chishekem
why we're doing this is actually to see that we give back to the community. Whatever we have small, we have brought it back to community, also to be with the community, to celebrate with the community. You know, always we're in the studios, we don't come out, but today we're right here in Otamachako, and we still have the whole week going. We still have Kobala coming on, Marata, then Arua district, that is Kampala market, and then the grand finale is going to be at Arua, that is the opium grounds in Arua, next to the roundabout. So
Nelson Mandia matie jadit matiyuku dilo simo MTN udwako fofoch makwe ni radio Arua One Farmer karasheloko Vision Group makwe ne pi wendano mamedriko bang oro sawa mehiyup makumenim.
I think it's one of the most important events that we have had ever since the year started. I would like to thank Arua One for all these efforts that they have done and that we have partnered together in pushing whatever services that we have. But nevertheless, we have a lot of products that we are pushing here right now. It's a Momo Pay service, a mobile money, a SIM card registration, MyFi, all the products of the MTN are available right here at the tent.
Jadit maloyo widul chapa General Enterprises Haji Yasin Kazive ma enomiko gari ni ngate maloyo gari sawa me yubne chwinyede ubedo yom makwe pi wendano mayagi bedo tie isawa me yubnem.
This is the board of Konga in Uganda. Really today people have turned up in large numbers, better than last year. It's like the clients of Arua One FM, they're getting much more and much more every year. Thanks for the station because they've done a very well campaign. Managers done well, the staff, they're all jolly. Also, we are delighted to be here again, showing people what we have. We have prestige margarine, that is in 250 grams, 500 grams, 1 kilo, 10 kilo to those bakers. If you want to save 95% using prestige margarine, please, it will be very good for you.
Dano ne mukende magibedo tie iyubne giwishu ku Wan Luo TV maginyutu kofo fosh ni Vision Group mautie company maditima radio Arua One Farmer utia Shell mikindem. Shengasari otin eni yek eni jichwalo ni dhana magitie isoko mikobala i district mitarego man isheng adek gibe shishi dho inyadri i district mimaracha majuwashu na yapi oro aparzo podin wango jutero yek eni ungo igim soko mikampala mauti district mamirarua gibe shibedu ishengasa ngwen mani shengasa bish gibe shidaro yek eni kudi city mamirarua. Pilambangia maochun i Wan Luo TV Robert Adiga Oringi Dennis Arua City.
Dulma Uganda Human Rights Commission ne man UHRC kitika kwera matang tutwale yub me yek dana magna te apao ya boro mecha otingu it pangat mo kena nyobene miyo tonga nyakerwe piko me mecho nyome moni weke nywal kere dana mano ena ye pobutium yub man kitika atikere tama kimero dokche kiluoni mono Human Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill 2023 madon kineno kit manyamo ye karmani dulu diro pa dulma Uganda Human Rights to Obot Committee man la komiyot komiyot moko chek melo Uganda gonyamo lok mapol Fred Kajubi oberutie kon kaneno tama kemero dok chek ma obokoni jomapegeti kero menywal onyonongo nyoro onyobene neno wok wanen kong report. Igara mguo nyim komiti me at moko chek maneno lo komiyot kom lo diro me Uganda Human Rights Commission UHRC gowane mono mwaka memi kono gum metingu it pangat mokene mamon lone saroga sini omiano bet pidu wachel ento papa ya bodok bene tiepi mono kong nongunywal wekere gitinyo it nyogi miyo tongi bod jomokene me tako kilo tino nodong perach begin. Lodero go wani mono gi yegere kachil ki MPs ni mono mwaka pao ya boro ngat man romo tingo igno bene miyo tongen onyo pige mechone weke nene ke miyo ki konbon ngat mokene ento kelo pera mapol karibe ni mono aye mwaka machek yeni ngati moni do doko dano madit.
Commission notes that the youth in the ages of 18, 19 and 20 in Uganda are usually very gullible and vulnerable to exploitation and abuse. If you remember yourselves at 18, could you make good decisions about issues of reproduction? So due to the importance of this process, the Commission recommends that the age of surrogacy and gamete donation be moved to 21 years or above.
UHRC wani mono mon mafut pia go nywal mier pege mi bod gin kar metingo it pangat mokene piene mono kelo pega yor koma meki dok bene twer mi bwana jiji me wich ma wero matwal pedong ge ye nywalo teno mamegi pegi kengi.
Anyone to consent for anything, like let me say a child below the age of 18 should not consent, but above the 18 age somebody is capable of consenting on anything that is he wants to do with his life. However, you suggested the age of 21, that is eligible age for anyone to consent to donate or to be a surrogate mother.
I agree with you on the age for surrogacy. Putting it below 21 is real, and a girl of 18, 19, 20 handling a pregnancy, and most of these deliveries of surrogate mothers, they are in most cases cesarean. And so you're exposing this young girl to a cesarean section, so I really agree with you.
Karibet komono MPs makane pochwa lok pa UHRC ikom lok ni mono kimi twer man bot mon kere ngat manywalo nyoko omiero obet kikero me wek ngat mokene romo tingo ich mameke teke en romo chulo pire. Gen wani mono kachepe kidor nyobene pegi niro nati kum tim market man mon mapol gumaru yene ngat mokene yoting it mameki pien kimen gwa kom gi wekenen mabe amate lokene mono po bokonyo chopo pera pa joma gitiki pera melo machiek man onotiki mire mikonyo gene ye matek loyo ni.
Now, if you put the age at 21, you're encouraging our children who have just gotten into 18, 19 to rush to have a baby if they want to be surrogate mothers.
All natural women, regardless of their natural ability to give birth, should be given an option to contract surrogate services if they so wish. This expansion acknowledges the diverse reasons why individuals may opt for surrogacy and ensure that their choices are valued and respected under the law.
We have seen mothers who are capable of giving birth naturally, but instead of that, maybe they will wish to use other means of giving birth. This bill should restrict mothers. First of all, a mother who is very healthy, who has no record of any health risk, who has no record of any surgery, should not be given opportunity to use surrogacy.
The women these days, they don't want to distort their figures. You may end up abusing this. I mean, if you have my money and I can say, my dad, let us have children from. You may end up abusing it quite freely and willingly. They have the monies, but because they don't want to distort their figures and the other parts which you know. So they may end up abusing this if you give them that too much freedom.
We have just passed a law prohibiting lesbianism in this country. How do we cure that aspect, where the lesbians are going to abuse this law and say I can continue with my act, but have someone help me birth a child for me? How do we fight and ensure that this is addressed? I am asking these questions because these are things that are going to come up on the floor and members will shoot these clauses down.
Didiro me Uganda Human Rights Commission benego lego MPs minito nate wek chik mano neni ngat mo keken omiero peo mi tong eno nyoben piko emechoni me yo me achara. Me gwoko lotien maginywala gini yo mangat mapara yotinyo ichi mapako nyor mamegini wek peke nywa gin UHRC wene mono miero bene kinene kijweko tiana di mangati meromo tinyo it pangat moken mapat miyo toe onyo bene twero nywalo latin pangat mokene weke gwok chikman.
HRC also proposes that intending surrogate mothers should have previously given birth to at least one child as an eligibility criteria. Why are we saying that? The criteria this criteria that we're proposing intends to protect surrogate mothers from the risk of not having children of their own due to complications that may arise that may have occurred during the surrogacy process.
Kama kimiro dokche kama kiluoni mono Human Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill MP Pimon Metoro District Saro Penda Yokati Kwere kimiro me konyo jomano kipe ker menyual megwoko meberi ker menyual dok bene kono kigwoko yeto erpa mon kilutino magunyual onyoki nyualogi iyo makitman. Pelo range mo chwiny e Wan Luo Television. Fred Kajubi. Lokom turo dulmane lokom turo dilo Uganda Man U Federation of Uganda Football Association FUFA Yomachek Ocheka medo turo dilo ya Juli Mapol wanen kibot Jonisani Ucharachon.
Kau dore lok me turu lo deru matikin lu teder magengeyo turu ti Mapol ento kid me ilu kergi ayete fut pero mano wero dul maloy lok me turu ilobu Uganda odilu FUFA okongeni mirigitie meneno kid maumiero gi il kwere turu iloba chuli dan obore kagera FUFA exco member dok delegate machung pikumalo wajoni keru me turu ti la male iloba chuli chemiero ni umiero ki tiel ko di rumeno wek turu udong iloba chuli
talent matino magino yiro malo me de un lu chwako diro fans mi chwak pitim matikany pitien ni kala tino mo akikany mechero katu national team en keru mamegwa pitien kopi FUFA tika tuteme kelo tuvu Mapol. Mass football, we've been to in all the districts Matikan. Ka ikaramadong anel ni karamachok abi leg before president les engineer Moses Magogo dio ka final mengo akabiru arabi leg jeri ko bin kan kikume.
Emmanuel Orach won koma beach menua district wajoni report magino ki bot FUFA nyuruni turu mainua tika yupe mabe malupe ki piem maberu mwaka ke mwaka dok futie loya kai poro ki turu mokene matie but pen meloba chuli kaniman tika ilu dir meturu itedero
Bikon duju magumiu mawero ker metuputilu inua tika ile loya ka moke ken report maana no maga mo aki FUFA ke kuma wajine tu mai no ani pelo me ka mo ke ken man wa do football total energies pere tek numero o miero wa bit ba mabe wa taking on waru lego ni total gutimbe ki yupa mabe ma waru bituye por tu wen
Kadong Philips Uriema la dit madoro lok me fonye enwe district umeruni gicharo lok me ilu turu malo kiyupo goalpost iba mapatpan mati gangkwan mai noya me ilu lok me turu palu tedero.
One machalo department me education and sport me noya watike yo me chako turu makilone corporate league ma consultation no wachako o meroni turu ma watike lone ni bene ubeturu ma date imwa ene warkero goalpost iba marama ngwen meneno ne ba ma letino ba ma vunu tuko kere ivot pin ma pat o mero ro mo chero damal wakero goalpost ichorom wachero wakero goalpost ya Lair primary school wayugo goalpost me Anaga Central watika twala goalpost e Wilachich primary school meneno ne vunu uno ba meturo maroma tila mal
Ka FUFA o ilu lok meturu iloba chuli chi rom meturu biberu la mal kit machon malutiana chuli uno duong ituru mapat chalo Pario Kech abe Julius Peter David Uti ki Peter oke meto ikine mokene manyingi uno o yuek total ikare machon ilok meturu pi Wan Luo TV Jonisani Ochakachon Inoya District.
Afuena na report mano kelewa ya giki yub melorange mochu inyetin kanki Wan Luo television ania Sunday Akumu meteke nywa kedwa social media man YouTube channel watiki Facebook page watibeneki X man Twitter majon kidong bana TikTok watikwere lupo ka radio ju peking no ngiti matiga lowang ne woki Wan Luo television ania Sunday Akumu afoyo nena yub melorange mochu